In this simulation, I was involved with the Malaysian Palm Oil Association, which is called MPOAT. Malaysia is one of the countries with huge palm oil productions, and the palm oil industry has become an important industrial pillar in Malaysia. The main labor force of the palm oil industry in Malaysia comes from the overseas foreign worker. In recent years, due to the continuous spread of the epidemic, governments of various countries have adopted entry and exit restrictions, resulting in more and more serious shortage of foreign labor, thus affecting the production of palm oil in Malaysia. And the export rate has also shown a downward trend. And at the same time, in the name of environmental protection, some of European countries indicated that they will reduce the proportion of palm oil used in renewable energy. And the European Parliament decided to impose restrictions on palm oil imports. In this regard, MPOA's research aims to discuss some of the problems faced by the palm oil industry, including labor shortage, ecological environments, and other issues. This time, MPOA members include professionals in finance, public policy, journalism, and international relations. And my major is the international relations in MPOA. I am responsible for analyzing the impacts of ecological and environmental problems which caused by the development of palm oil industry on domestic and international security from the perspective of international relations, as well as conflict factors that may become international trade. In this simulation, a number of different professionals were brought together. Since this is a interdisciplinary and a diverse team, this subject knowledge and the professional series of different majors are different, which may lead to differences due to different thinking angles. In addition, the individual differences and the different values can lead to communication barriers between members. Therefore, in the course of the task, whether these challenges can be overcome is related to the effects of the task completion. In this regard, I believe that each member needs to focus on the integration of knowledge, method, and ideas with other members. Because the integration of these aspects, especially knowledge sharing, is critical to the success of teamwork. In this respect, my first consideration is to break down the barriers to knowledge understanding and use as easy to understand expression as possible, as well as concise writing to share my expertise. I believe that the communication will only flow when the individual's expertise is followed and understood by team members. Only when knowledge sharing and integration reach a tacit understanding can team performance be improved. In this simulation, I first expanded the complex international security theory in an easy-to-understand way. I point out that the palm oil industry has security risks that cannot be ignored. The security crisis factor caused by the ecological environment mainly include two aspects. That is the deterioration of living space, such as the climate change, air pollution, and the reduction of living resources, such as like the lack of oil and water resources. Secondly, I will use issues related to people's daily life, such as global warming, environmental pollution, water shortage, as an argument to demonstrates the negative effects of the palm oil industry on the ecological environment and its connection with the security. Furthermore, I also use a specific case, that is the damage of the forest fire in Southeast Asia to neighboring countries in 1997 as a good example to illustrate the impact of palm cultivation on international security. After I shared these insights with my team members, the feedback was positive, and I think I've reached my goal of integration. During the simulation operation, I had several exchanges with other teams, and I learned that the main research direction of each team focused on improving the working conditions of laborers and the promotions of palm oil. And in this regard, I believe that the research direction of memo in the context of globalization should not be limited to the development of the industry itself, and it should take into account ecological and environmental issues and the safety risk factors. Consequently, it is necessary for me to conduct reflective analytical research from a critical point of view to give integrity to the research content of the memo. The expert analysis essay and the research memo written by me are from the perspective of international relations professionals to analyze the ecological environment crisis brought by the palm oil industry and the threats that may lead to security problems. Through the research, I found that the reason for the lower export rate of palm oil is not only the shortage of labor, but another factor is the EU's ban on palm oil. The sense of the EU ban is to protect the Europeans' trade in rapeseed and sunflower under the pretext of environmental protection. This is worth mentioning, I found in my action. Also, as a policy reminder, I propose that the palm oil industry ecological and environmental issues may be used political tool by counterparties in international trade disputes. I suggest that MPOA should pay attention to the balance of interests between industry development and ecological environmental protection, and also formulate sets of industrial development in strategies that are the best of both worlds, which can not only achieve the development of the palm oil industry in Malaysia, but also solve the problem of ecological environment damage. Looking back at the completion of the simulation task as a reflection, I think there are aspects that need to be improved. First of all, on a personal level, my expert analysis still lacks on the literature support for the arguments, which I need to quantify it further if I have enough time. And second, on a team level, I think we lack the arrangement of team roles. A successful team should contain multiple roles such as facilitator, coordinator, and supervisor. Among them, the coordinator can usually play the role of overall planning and contacting, and the coordinator can also act as a bridge to effectively connect the opinions among the members from different associations, and finally make the research results complete. But regrettably, in fact, we were not able to do that in short time. But also there are regrets. In general, the simulation machines were successfully completed, and we achieved a good results. I think the prerequisites for success is that all members need to have a sense of collective achievements, because individual success is only possible if collective success is achieved. And among them, the integration is the foundation of smooth communication and the key to success. And personally, in this simulation, I try my best to make my professional insights understood and accepted by lay people on the team. Also the encouragement, trust, and the respect of the team members throughout the process is also very important to me. And here I also would like to thank my team members.